Hi everyone, tomatoes are in season. Of course, we get tomatoes throughout the year, but the tomatoes that you get in winters are extra special. And the purest way to have tomatoes is a nice and tangy tomato soup. Of course, I grew up having one of the best tomato soups ever in the army messes, where it is made in the purest way possible. And it is very different from the cream of tomato that you get in hotels, which is more like anglicized. But this is a little, the Indian flavors are added into it, which adds to the allure of tomato soup. So today I'm going to share this recipe with you of army mess style tomato soup. To make this heartwarming tomato soup, chop some tomatoes roughly into big cubes. You don't need to be particular about the size, just chop them the way you want. And you can peel a large piece of ginger and chop 2 onions. That's it, that's the prep you need to do. And peel a few cloves of garlic.
This is just one of those quick and easy recipes that are foolproof.
Now in a pressure cooker, take some olive oil and add the tomatoes to it. Just saute it a bit, and to give some extra flavor, you add the ginger. Just chop it into big chunks and just dunk it in. And you have to add a bay leaf and black cardamom. Some fresh coriander would be nice, and a green chilli, just cut into 2 halves, because we're going to discard these later, so it doesn't matter how you use it. Add a little salt and red chilli. I'm using Kashmiri red chilli powder, which gives a nice red color too. And saute for about 5 minutes. Then add 2 cups of water, and you can close the lid of the cooker and pressure cook this mixture for about 2 to 3 whistles. Now in a pan, take around 1 teaspoon of butter and saute some onions and garlic cloves in the butter. This will give a very nice flavor to the soup. The cooker is, of course, the flame is on, and after 2-3 whistles, all you have to do is wait for it to cool down and let the pressure be released. Then you've got a nice tomato mixture. Just add it to the onions and let this simmer for a while. How lovely it looks. The natural colors of every season are what you should use, I feel, in your cooking, rather than adding anything artificial. Nature gave us all the colors. So let this simmer for a while.
So growing up as a kid in army cantonments, going to the army mess was a privilege, because very formal parties kids were not allowed. So we used to look forward to going and having some dishes once in a while.
So now you can strain this entire liquid in a colander. This is smelling so good because it has all those Indian flavors of hearty mirchi, of black cardamom, bay leaf and ginger. So that is what makes this soup extra special.
Now take the cooked tomatoes and transfer them to a grinder. Discard the green chilli, the ginger and whole spices, because we have attained the flavor from them already, and blend it to a fine puree in a mixer. Now take this pulp and strain it through a wire mesh strainer. This ensures that all the seeds and the skin of the tomatoes don't come in the soup, so soup becomes more creamy, and especially kids don't like to have all these things in the soup. Now mix the strained pulp and the preserved liquid and allow it to come to a boil, and then let it simmer for about 5 minutes on a low flame. At this stage you can Adjust the seasoning also. Check if you need some more salt. If you want it a little thinner, you can add some water. So according to the consistency, of course, I like it a little creamy so that when you add the croutons, they should float on top and not sink. So that is how I like my tomato soup. So as I told you, this transports me right back to my childhood, to those army messes, those formal evenings where would be wishing everyone good evening uncle, good evening auntie, and we learned our table manners there. So now with some bread, cut it into cubes, and you can actually, it is deep fried in the messes, but I shallow fry them or bake them with minimal oil. And yeah, the soup is ready. Make sure you get your finest crockery out. One tip I can give you is that we keep on waiting for special occasions to bring out our fine crockery, but I say that you should use it in your day-to-day life, because एक ना एक दिन सब टूट जाते हैं बर्तन भी. So use them, don't just wait for a special occasion. Enjoy life. That is what lifestyle is all about. So it should be piping hot, and this soup is so soothing in the winters. It is full of vitamin C. It is really good for your heart, for your bones, for your eyesight, for your skin. Now you can garnish it with a little cream, and the croutons that we made, you can sprinkle a little black pepper if you like. I'm sure everyone in your family will love this hearty tomato soup. This is personally one of my all-time favorites. It is so light, and you wake up the next morning very fresh. So keep watching my channel, and like, subscribe and share, and keep coming back.